Hello, and thank you for joining me in my first YouTube video. Today I'll just do a brief overview of what I'll be talking about in my YouTube channel. It's going to be really easy to follow me. The channel is called Anahita, which is my name, Anahita, Anahita TV. And that's my website also. It's www.anahita.tv. I'm a screenwriter and I have a background in psychology. I've studied fine arts, I've studied fashion, and recently I graduated with a master's degree in writing for film and television from Pepperdine University. However, what I'm doing today with this video may not have a lot to do with a lot of my background, but but it's a combination of everything I've done. I've started coaching, life coaching in different avenues. I've been asked by a lot of friends and family to coach them in fashion, relationship, as well as career choices, and even a good friend of mine who's a amazing photographer, Jason, asked me to coach him in starting his first YouTube channel. He's been thinking about it for 2 years. After only one session, he started it, and he basically doesn't need me anymore. So I don't know. I think I've always been a great motivator. I've always motivated myself. I wake up in the morning happy. That's just my nature. Often, I should say I have down times too. But it's not that bad things don't happen to me. It's that they do, except that I try to see every situation from a positive angle, look at every situation from different angles, not just the negative implications, but I decide on what am I going to take away with this? What am I going to learn from this experience, even though if it's painful or negative in any way? So I've always been that way my whole life, which is, I'm grateful for that because it's not easy. My life has not been that easy, and I'm sure a lot of you out there wish certain things didn't happen. But, you got through it and you're here. We're here. I'm here. I've lived in several different countries, and at first it was difficult. I was born in Iran, except, I was a little girl during the Iran-Iraq war, and there's a lot of bombings, and there is a lot of moving around, and, a lot of things that we don't talk about that often, but which ended up happening in 1986. My family and I moved to the United States. And by 87, the following year, we moved to Canada, Toronto. So I've lived in the US as well as Canada. And then back in 10 years later, moved back to Texas. And since 2001, I've lived here in Los Angeles. And so Los Angeles has been my home for about 19 years. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere. But the best thing about these travels have been that I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about a lot of different cultures. I was exposed to so many different people from all over the world, and I embraced that. And I was very curious, so I tried to learn a little bit or as much as I could about every culture, and I found a lot of congruencies. Deep down, we're all the same. We have the same desires, regardless of color or the language we speak. We all love our families, we love each other. We all have a goal to give back to our communities. That is basically the underlying feeling I got from most people. People are genuinely good internally, and given the chance and the opportunities, they will do right by everyone else. So I want to open up conversations on this channel. It's not just that I want to coach, that's not it, but I want to provide knowledge or whatever I've learned in the past. And I want to open up conversation, communications. If you could leave questions in the comment section below, I will try to answer at least one or two at the end of every YouTube video. So I will read and I will respond to your comments. And I would love to know your take on what's going on today and what concerns you have and areas where you think you need help, or areas you could be helpful, or you want to give back. I would love to hear from people who also want to give back, who have a niche, something that they love, and something that they think they can share with the rest of us. I would love to hear from you as well. The lineup that I have, I wrote down exactly what I want to talk about in the next few videos. I have probably 5 titles right now. The first one I'm gonna do after I finish this video. I'm gonna tape a video called A Hero's Journey. I think we're all heroes of our own life. A hero's journey is something that I learned during school at Pepperdine while doing my master's in writing. And for every film, basically the hero is called to action. The most popular one or famous one that everyone has seen is probably Indiana Jones. There's an inciting incident, something goes wrong, and then he's called to action, and then you'll see his life unfold, and then at the end he's prosperous. So basically it's bad event, a lot of upheaval, and then resolution at the end. So that's most movies, and I feel like that's our life, but except instead of an hour, it's our whole lifetime. We're always reinventing ourselves. We're always facing something new, and we need to learn and grow and move up. Okay, I talked too much about the first one. I'm excited to tape it, that's why. The next one is called Beauty and the Broken. Oh, Beauty in the Broken. Obviously I'm going to talk about, I'm going to basically talk about how we're all somehow broken or have been hurt in some way. And there's beauty in that. To embrace that and to love your flaws and your, the best things about yourself. But once you love your flaws and you find purpose and you realize what your purpose is, life is going to be a lot more palpable for you, or for all of us. Okay, number 3, momentum. Okay, that's a given. Also momentum, but we're going to get deep into it about how when you start, it seems really hard, but once you get going, there's momentum. And once you keep repeating and new habits, your old habits fall off. Basically, I believe in, it's very difficult. Like a lot of people go on diets, but they don't replace the bad habits with new habits. And that's why they fall back. There's a lot of psychology involved, especially with dieting. I can do one video separate about that, but I'm just picking that as an example, but that's in every area of life, relationship, new career, anything like that, you have to pick up momentum. And we'll talk a lot more, and I'll suggest some books and and some other talks on YouTube that may be helpful. Okay, number 4, how to be happy and prosperous in any situation. This one, I get into being an immigrant, an example from that point of view, as well as, let's say, you were born in the US, or you still live where you were born, so you didn't feel the need to or the urgency to grow as much or change. So some of us, even myself, I've lived here for a long time, I can get complacent. If we don't have a lot of challenges as a human being, we actually enjoy challenges and we like to grow. And when we're not growing, we are actually regressing. That's my opinion. So you have to allow yourself, even though it's painful. And I've got a little saying, so wait for the 4th video about, it's just really brilliant, about how, what it's like if you don't grow, and how to embrace the pain of growth. And basically, if there's no pain, there's no growth. Okay, number 5, I'm gonna do a little bit fun video about fashion, but then I'm gonna also talk about the negative end of fashion, consumerism, and how every, one of us, especially women, how tough we have it. Not only are we paid less for the same jobs as men, but also I don't want to do this video about men, women. I want both men and women viewers, but specifically in regards to fashion, I feel like one of the things even myself we have fallen for is the fact that there is a product for every inch of our bodies. I kid you not. I don't know. I think there's nothing for the earlobe. Actually, there's earrings. There are earrings. That's a huge market. So I take that back. So hair products, eyebrows. Now there's a huge eyebrow thing. The plucking has always been there, or waxing, but now there's pencils and eyeshadows and tattooing and oh my God, the list goes on. Eyelids, the colors, and even our eyes, liners, lashes, there's a product for that. I don't know what's for the nose. Nothing yet for the nose. Well, yeah, perfume for the nose. We have the scent, lipstick, and now there is lip line. There are lip liners and lotions and lip masks and I don't know, everything. And then for the body, like honestly, what do men have? They just have shaving cream, cologne. Maybe some men use some facial lotions or whatnot, but we honestly have given ourselves up to the world of cosmetics in every way, every inch of us. Our hands, there's lots of products for hands, the nail companies. I just feel so free now that we're home. I haven't needed to do my hair as much, or I haven't gone to any kind of grooming things. My nails are natural. I just took the nail polish off and I've been happy. I feel like I'm breathing, my body's breathing, allowing myself to just have natural nails. And I'm just doing it at home, cleaning up and enjoying this time. Oh, sorry, I got loud. Enjoying this time being at home, resting. I feel like there's a lot of healing that needs to go on. And we're going to talk about, number 5 will be fashion. And I'm going to talk about Tom Ford because I love him and I love his clothes. So I'm still going to buy nice things. It's just like just being mindful of not spending all our paychecks as women on different parts of our body, and embrace that we are beautiful, like this flower. I love orchids. So this was given to me by a good friend of mine. She came over. I had a little brunch provided for a couple of good friends, and she brought me this beautiful orchid. So I'm gonna include it in my videos as long as it's around or alive. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the following videos, and stay tuned. I'll have some funny things. The way I started writing was actually I started writing comedy and I wanted to do stand-up. I have a lot of jokes and funny things, so I'll, if my nerve allows me, I'll try to include those in some of the videos. Bye bye for now, and thank you. Subscribe and tell your friends. Thank you.